Good morning, class. It's finally time for part 2 of the Blitz Restore.
It's Saturday morning, my first Saturday of summer vacation, and while I've got a lot of non-arcade related projects to do this summer, I'm going to begin by attacking this, and my first thing I'm going to do is get that Blitz cabinet ready to go, and I've just got the one side to finish, and then get it painted, and you start putting the machine back together so I have a working Blitz again.
I've laid down the cabinet, and I noticed that even on the side that I thought was finished, it's not. I've got Bondo that hasn't been sanded down. It's been curing for about 9 months, so I think it's probably ready. And then this corner still, you can't really tell from there, but maybe if I do this, it just tapers down. And I still got to continue building it up, and then of course I'm going to have to recut the slot. Right off the bat, I noticed this Bondo is a little crumbly. See, in the little edges there, came out. I don't know if I mixed the hardener wrong when I did it long ago. So, and I'm out of Bondo, so I'm gonna have to go get some more Bondo and finish this before I do anything else. I'm probably going to go ahead and get the primer as well. I'm going to use Kills 2, the latex primer, and I've already got the sponge roller and the replacement sponges and all that, so I think I'm good. I'm just going to do 2 coats of primer. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to get the stuff, but I'm gonna finish sanding both sides and then primer them both while it's standing up. I'll do that. Now, while I've got it over, before I flip it up for the final time, I am going to paint this bottom. I suppose I should probably paint it black and seal it really good, so that if it ever does get in contact with water, that it will not absorb. So I will do that before I stand up. But all the rest of it, well, and I may go ahead and sand that front edge good and get it primed and painted before I flip it up as well. That's probably what I'll do.
So I'm gonna go to the store and get what I need, and I'll be back and we'll finish working on the sides.
I got the Bondo. This is Bondo brand body filler, and it comes with the cream hardener in the container, and I'm going to mix it up on this little piece of scrap wood and redo this corner, build up this one a little bit, let it dry tonight, and then tomorrow I'll probably get back to it. The liquid hardener, just a little dab, and then I mix it up. When you're finished mixing it, it becomes pink, and then you can start applying it. So I'm going to start here and build it up. I've got it spread out. Now it's a matter of letting it cure and sanding it. Alright, it's cured. It's very humid, so it's probably taken a lot of time for it to cure out. So I'm going to go ahead and sand it.
What a beautiful day today. It's Memorial Day. The campus is completely empty except for me. James is still asleep. I'm gonna go work on the Blitz some more. Maybe get it primed today. That'd be great.
All right, let's see how the Bondo cured out this overnight last night. I had to rebuild this whole corner, and it's looking pretty good. I think I'll be able to I'll sand it and be able to get it looking nice today. really don't have to have it be perfect down here. I just need it to have a nice, fairly even corner. I believe the front, some people call this the kick plate, although it's really, I guess the kick plate would be down here, but this is really smooth. Got the, this had a bar lock, or a lock bar thing on it, and I filled those holes and they are really smooth. I've come to a place where I'm ready to prime. Oops. Down here, what I decided to do, instead of having a really sharp corner, I went ahead and rounded it. Since the outside is rounded, I'm going to have to get a slot cutter and cut a new slot for the T-molding there and there. But I'm going to go ahead and finish. Actually, I'm just going to wipe it down and put a coat of primer on it, see what it looks like. I'll get it covered and then put it all, or go back over it with all my strokes in the same direction. All right, well, I got the first coat, or actually first 2 coats of primer on the machine. And it's got this fuzzy stuff and lines that I need to knock down, so I'll have to sand it with 220. But and you know, things like that little bit of a paint bubble. But I'm also, it's revealing things that need to be repaired. This is the side that I kept working on, and I missed that completely. So there's going to be a few more little repairs to do there and there. This side I did less work on, and you can sure tell. See that, and that, and that, and down at the bottom. So we're not out of the woods yet. We will still be working on body work. But I'm gonna let this dry really well, maybe even till morning. Today we are going to knock down the fuzz off of the primer here, and going to fill some of these little divots with Bondo on both sides and the front. The back, I think I'm just going to paint. I don't care about making it perfect, but both sides and the front. I ended up taking quite a bit of the primer off, but it had a lot of drips, and it's also displaying or uncovering some voids that need to be addressed. So I filled what divots I saw on the sides and on the front. There really wasn't as many as I thought there would be. Where I'm leaving things tonight is I have completely finished priming the cabinet. You can see, went ahead and did the back, including the back door, although that's a very light coat on the back door. Sides, both sides, the front, and I even tipped it back and did the bottom. I've got about 3 coats of primer on the bottom, and that's just to give it a little bit of water protection in case there's ever a time when there's a mop bucket that spills or something like that. It's going to be inside for the rest of its life, but I mean inside where there's not likely to be a water leak, but you never know. But I just don't want the bottom constantly exposed to mop water, because I do have hardwood floors in my classroom, and that's where it's going to go for a while. So, tomorrow, I only have a few hours to work tomorrow. I'm planning to give it a light sanding everywhere, wipe it down, vacuum the inside of the cabinet out, go ahead and do that, and then put my first coat of black. I went to Home Depot and got a semi-gloss black mixed because I wanted just a little bit of shine on it, since this is only going to have the Blitz conversion sticker, which is about that big on both sides, so most of it will be cabinet showing, and I want it to look nice and have a kind of a glossy
sort of finish. So let's hope that was a good decision. It was not a full gloss, it's just a semi-gloss. So tomorrow the black will start to go on, and I will put a couple of coats on the bottom to seal up that primer. Good night.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I sure did. If you did, please give me a like, or better yet, subscribe to the channel so that whenever we do Blitz Part 3, that you'll get the video automatically. If you want to email me with suggestions or comments or questions, then email me at jamie@mrjamie.com. I respond to every single email I receive at that address. I look forward to the next time we're all together on the next episode of Mr. Jamie on Campus.